Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name is John McDonald, and today we're going to make a hand-tied bouquet. And our inspiration really is just the choice of wildflowers that are kind of growing just outside where I live. But I've kind of slightly missed the season for it. So I've got some wildflowers and some commercial flowers. So the commercial ones are these little single daisy Santini, but I've also got like a button Santini as well. I've got one little gerbera. I've got a couple of little anthuriums or snapdragons. So we're going to do a mix of different ones, and really what I want to create is quite a textured floral sort of a bouquet. So we'll just start working our materials in. So this is like a little wild aster, which is quite sweet. And this is like a wild achillea, which is also quite cute. But I do have a little bit of gypsophila as well. So I'm just holding the flowers in my left hand. So I'm really using my left hand as like a vase, essentially. So the flowers are able to just sit there and hold it with, just not holding it too tight, just holding it for support, as if they're a vase, basically. And then I'm just going to add materials. So I'm going to be consistent in the way that I put materials in. So I'm always going to come over left to right on that angle. And as we build up, what will happen is we'll end up creating a spiral of stems. And I really want my material to be nice and clean below where we're going to have that binding point. So this will be our binding point here, and we want that to not really move around, we want it to be consistent. This is a little bit of clematis that was growing wild as well, which is also quite cute. And because our solidago is quite a strong thing, we need to just space that out. I don't really want the whole bouquet just to be yellow as such. So, and with this I can pick up two or three stems at once and just bring them in as like a little group, because really with wildflowers that's the way they grow. With this one we can actually even break this down into smaller sections and bring in the smaller sections. If you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you've got the length of stem that you want in your finished design. So I didn't want this to be like a great big bouquet. I wanted it to be more full and interesting. And it can be petite, that's okay. This was all just materials really from where I would take our dogs for a walk. And some of it will be weeds, but that's okay. And we've even got these nice grasses. Now with the grasses, I probably want them to be more central, so I can just feed that in. But we've got really a nice range of colours. I'm just spacing them out. I've got quite long stems here, so we can just take some of them off, make it easier to work. Now, if you're working in a place that's quite busy and you think you're going to get interrupted, it's worth having a bucket of water just sitting beside you so that you can easily put this into a bucket while you have to go and do something else. That's a good thing to have. And because some of these flowers are wild, I'm actually getting a really nice perfume as well. So, especially this achillea has got a nice herby feel, a nice herby smell. And really this last one is going to break it down. And we'll bring it underneath. So this is a really good flower if you've got a customer or you're wanting to go with a natural look, like a wildflower look. This little Santini is the perfect commercial wildflower. It lasts well, it's breakable down into little pieces. It really has the look of like feverfew. It's just, to me, the perfect little flower for getting that look. And we can just build this up and build this up. So I'm not necessarily saying this would be a bridal bouquet, but you could carry this as a bridal bouquet, that's for sure. But I think also it would be a nice bouquet just as a gift for like a grandmother or for going to visit people. And even like I did have one or two of these little pieces of clematis left. There's no reason why you couldn't bring them in and actually glue them in if you wanted. It depends on the look that you want. Personally, I don't think we need it. I'd rather this was more floral. So I'm just going to take some natural twine, cut a piece, and we're going to bind this off. So I'm just going to go round again, and just tie it. And we can even do another one if we want. So we can make a little bit of a feature of that binding with the string. And there we go, we've got a simple bouquet. So how to finish this? Depends what you're going to do with it and what you're going to do. If you're going to give it as a gift, then you could just wrap it in some paper, cut the stems, leave them a little bit longer than you think the person would want. If you're going to put it in a vase, then just cut the stems to suit the length of your vase. When I'm cutting stems, what I like to do is just go straight across. So actually you're better with secateurs. So if we think 2 lengths to 1 length is a good way to think about it. And you can just go straight across and then even just take out 1 or 2 of those middle stems. And we have just a cute little posy. So and it can stand. That's the beauty of doing the hand tied. So if you wanted, you could just use like a shallow tray and then just add water to your container. Just make sure that all your stems are actually in water. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hand tie bouquet, a brilliant way of making an arrangement without needing any foam, without needing any container even. And it's a really nice way to work with your hands. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, click here to subscribe and keep up to date with all our new videos.